Mizoram shares its borders with Tripura to the northwest, Assam to the north, and Manipur to the northeast. It also touches the international borders of Myanmar to the east and south, and Bangladesh to the west. Mizoram topography is conspicuous with the presence of hills and mountain ranges. The tall green hills are moated with free-flowing rivers, with the presence of hill side of the state is situated at a higher altitude than the western side of the state. The total area of the state is 21,081 square kilometers, and it ranks the 24th place among other states. Mizoram soils are acidic in nature with a low base saturation and vary from sandy loam to clayey loam with loamy skeletal, mixed hyperthermic, typic diastrocrates. As per USDA classification system, Mizoram soils are distributed into soil orders, namely inceptisols, centisols, altisols, and altisols are commonly found on hilly slopes, entisols in valley areas, and inceptisols both in hills and valleys. Mizoram rivers comprises a major division of the geography of Mizoram. It is assisted mainly by heavy rainfall during monsoon season and intermittent rainfall during the year. Nearly all of the rivers in Mizoram are perpetual in nature. The largest river in Mizoram is Chingtupi. It originates in Myanmar, Burma and passes through Langtalai and Sayar districts in the southern Mizoram and lastly enters the Bay of Bengal at Myanmar. The river is in patches and has 4 tributaries. The western part of the river is drained by Kautlang Tuipi River and its tributaries. Physiographically, the state is comprised of rugged steep hill ranges and interspersed valleys. Mizo Hills, formerly Lusa Hills mountain range in southeastern Mizoram state, northeastern India, forming part of the North Arakan Yoma system. The Mizo Hills rise to about 7,000 feet, and their slopes are covered with a thick evergreen forest containing valuable timber and bamboo. In the intermountain valleys, shifting agriculture and some terrace cultivations are practiced. The upper part of the hills in the state are predictably cold, cool during the summer, while the lower reaches are relatively warm and humid. Storms break out during March to April. The maximum average temperature in the summer is 30 degrees Celsius, while in the winter, the minimum average temperature is around 11 degrees Celsius. The 4 months between November and February are winter in Mizoram, which is followed by the spring. The storms are in the middle of the April to herald the beginning of the summer. Rainfall averages about 100 inches annually, with the most brought by the southwest monsoon, which blows from May to September. Mizoram is prone to natural disasters like earthquakes, cyclones, hailstorms, cloudbursts, landslides, flood, fire, etc. The state is in seismic zone 5, which is the highest risk zone to earthquakes. On 24th September 2015, one Assam-type building at Nagzail Kulikaun belonging to P.U. Lalchavdanga was carried away by landslides. According to a source, one occupant was taken with the building but fortunately escaped unhurt. More than 3/4 of the land area of Mizoram is forested. The hills here could be seen covered with the bamboo and banana trees, along with the wonderful array of pine trees. Thick evergreen forests contain valuable timber trees such as champak, ironwood, and gurjon. The forests here also house some of the rare varieties of orchid that are found only in this region of the country. The woodlands also provide habitat for many animals, including elephants, tigers, bears, deer, monkeys, gibbons, and serows. Such animals are protected in a number of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. The Murlan National Park and the Pawangupi National Park are the 2 national parks in the state. The total population of the state is 10.97 lakhs. The male population is 4.59 lakhs. Among the most prominent of the Mizo peoples are the Kuki, Pawi, and Lakar. Most of the Mizo are Tibeto-Burman people speaking Mizo or a closely related Tibeto-Burman language or dialect. Mizo and English are the principal and official language. Having no script of its own, Mizo uses the Roman alphabet. The female population is 4.29 lakhs. and the transgender population is 166. There are 976 females per 1000 males in the state. Christian missionaries began to work in the Mizo Hills area in the late 19th century. Consequently, the great majority of the population is Christian, predominantly Protestant, with most conversions having occurred in the 1920s and 30s. Christianity constitutes 87.16%, Buddhism is 8.51%, Hinduism is 2.75%, and Islam is 1.35%. The overall literacy rate of Mizoram is 88.16%, and the female literacy is 76.11%. Chailam. Chailam may be a popular dance performed on Chapcharkut, one of the most important festivals of the Mizos. During this dance, men and ladies stand alternatively in circles, with the ladies holding on the waist of the man and therefore the man on the woman's shoulder. Kaulam. Kaulam literally means dance of the guests. It's a dance usually performed in the ceremony called Kangchawi. To claim a distinguished place in society and to have a place in paradise or partial, one must attain the coveted title of the Tangchawa. Shara may be a very old traditional dance of the Mizos. Believed that the dance had already existed way back in the 1st century AD. While the Mizos were still somewhere within the Yunnan province of China before their migration into the Chin Hills within the 13th century AD and eventually to this Mizo-ram. Several tribes living in Southeast Asia have similar dances in one form or the other with the different names. Chapcharkut Festival. This is a major festival of Mizoram. The foreign and domestic tourists can see this festival in the entire state of Mizoram. This is a colorful festival with dance and songs as they welcome the spring season. Thousands of local and foreign tourists engulf Mizoram to see this most happening festival occasion. In Aizawl and the other major towns, they celebrated this festival as a carnival too. It was not a popular festival for the past 5 centuries. Since 1973, the government of Mizoram emphasized to celebrate Mizo culture apart from religion and ethnic groups. Hence, everyone in agro-industries and the tribal people celebrate this festival with full glory. Paulkut Festival. This is also a harvest festival of the Mizos with a different belief. This is also celebrated in a different season as the other 2 festivals mentioned above. This festival is recorded in the Mizo history since the 15th century. It is a harvest and cultural festival in Mizoram which takes place every year. There is a myth behind this festival. The origin of this fiesta is near the river Thiau, which near the Myanmar border. During the 18th century, there were severe drought conditions in this area. This lasted for 3 years. The Mizo tribes then prayed to the god to bring rain. Mimkut Festival. This is one of the harvest festivals in Mizoram, which is also considered for the departed souls. The importance of this festival is also related to the Chapcharkut festival. This is because what the maize crops are sowed during the Chapcharkut festival is harvested in Mimkut festival time. Hence, this festival also comes under the harvest festival of Mizoram. This festival is like ceremony than with cultural dance and art forms. This is one of the most popular dishes of Mizoram. The key factor of this dish is that it is prepared using lots of locally available herbs and spices. The main ingredients include pork, bamboo shoots, and steamed vegetables. Wherever you go within Mizoram, bai is one dish that you will find very easily. Some even consume this as a soup before starting off with their main course. Kot pita. Kot pita is essentially a fried dish. It is made using a rice flour and bananas. They also add fish to it as it is considered to be one of their staples. It looks crispy from the outside but is soft and warm from the inside. It makes for an ideal snack with the tea. It generally tastes a little sweet because of the presence of bananas. Waksa rep. This is yet another popular dish in Mizoram. The star of the dish is pork, which is flavored with some delicious herbs. The pork is smoked and cut into cubes that are soft and made just right. The Mizoram Football Association is the body which governs the game of football in the state, and it is affiliated with the All India Football Association. Started in the year 1945, the Mizoram Football Association was re-established in the year 1956 under the enthusiastic leadership of Sangliana. It was in the year 1972 that the name of the association was changed from Aizawl Sports Association to Mizoram Football Association. Soon after that, football was set up as a primary sports of the state and people started to get involved with the organization. Agriculture is the dominant economic activity of Mizoram, engaging more than two-thirds of the workforce in the early 21st century. Two types of agriculture are practiced: terrace cultivation, in which crops are planted on relatively permanent, graduated terraces on the sides of hills and mountains to conserve water and reduce soil loss; and shifting agriculture, in which tracts are called jum are cleared by burning, cultivated for a limited period of time and then abandoned for a number of years to allow the regeneration of the natural vegetation and nutrients in the soil. An increase in the number of people farming in the 20th century forced a reduction in the traditional 8-year cycle of jum regeneration, which in turn resulted in a decrease in farm productivity. Rice, corn, cotton, and vegetables are the main crops. Early development of promotion of institutionalized education in Mizoram is attributable largely to Christian missionaries, who established the first schools in the area around the turn of the 20th century. By the early 21st century, Mizoram had some 2,000 primary, middle, and secondary schools, and its rate of illiteracy was among the highest of all Indian states. There are 1,686 primary schools, 549 high schools, 153 higher secondary schools, and 231 unaided schools in the state. The state of Mizoram offers best healthcare facilities to the people of the state. It is significant to mention that the various healthcare schemes and initiatives by the state government are intended to make healthcare facilities available to all classes of people of the region, but also providing the best quality healthcare at a reasonable cost. There are 65 primary healthcare centers, 10 community healthcare centers, 3 sub-district hospitals, and 9 district hospitals. The infrastructure of Mizoram remains limited. However, the state is traversed by 2 national highways, and major roads serve most of the larger towns. Regular bus routes operate across the state, and some also provide interstate service. A small airport offers flights from Aizawl to neighbouring states. There are no railways in Mizoram. The basic governmental structure of Mizoram, like that of most other Indian states, is determined by the National Constitution of 1950. The governor, appointed by the President of India, is the head of the state and is assisted by the Chief Minister, the Council of Ministers, and the Unicameral Legislative Assembly. The current Chief Minister of the state is P.U. Zoramthanga. Zoramthanga officially joined the Mizo National Front Freedom Movement in 1965. While in his last year of college, when the MNF uprising started in 1966, he joined the guerrilla movement and went underground to Bangladesh, then East Pakistan border. He was offered the position of a secretary for Ranbang area, a responsibility held for 3 years. In 1969, all the MNF cadres went down to East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. The president, Ladganga, engaged him as his secretary. He held his job for 7 years. In 1979, he was given the responsibility of the vice president. He is the 12th Chief Minister of Mizoram. His party name is Mizo National Front. They won 28 seats out of 40. The opposition party is National Unity Platform. They won 12 seats out of 40. And the leader of the party is K. Sabdanga. The next state election will be in December 2022. Some of the famous leaders of Mizoram are Lal Denga Zoramthanga, Ronald Sapa, Lal Zurliana, Lal Swata, and Ipei. Some of the notable personalities from other domains are J.J. Lal Pekwa, footballer and captain of the Indian national football team; Lal Sengzwali Silo, singer and songwriter; H.T. Sangliana, IPS retired and politician; Ziona, a polygamous man with 38 wives and numerous children and grandchildren; and Jerry Mauming Tanga, popular footballer. In 1850, the Mizo tribes migrated from the nearby Chin Hill, subjugated an indigenous people, and comprehended them into their own society. In 1947, MU broke off and founded the United Mizo Freedom. In 1959 to 1961, the movement began for independence under a Mizo leader named Lal Denga. In 1959 to 61, discontent for the government grew due to spread of Mahotsav famine. In 1963, Mizo armed started a campaign, looted banks, attacked government offices. In 1972, the ensuing armed rebellion compelled the central government of India to make it a union territory. And in 1986, an amendment passed which conferred Mizo-ram as an independent state. Aizawl is one of the oldest cities of Mizo-ram and attracts a lot of tourists because of the picturesque views it offers. The tranquil setup of this quaint town can leave your mind, body and soul totally relaxed. This town has plenty of Mizo-ram tourist places for visitors. One can also choose to hike up to the nearby hilly areas for a panoramic sight of the whole town. If you get a chance, attend the vibrant Mizo-ram festivals that take place in Aizawl. Lunglei, a place far away from the hustle bustle of the city, then go to the Lunglei. This is one of the most breathtaking Mizo-ram destinations that deserves your attention and time. Its lovely landscapes and the scenic settings make it one of the top places to see in Mizo-ram. There is a rock-like bridge structure in the village and thus the name Lunglei is given to it. Mamit. Mamit is one of the top tourist attractions in Mizo-ram. There are a lot of attractions in this place and most of the wildlife enthusiasts love to go to Mamit. The Dampa Wildlife Sanctuary is one of the best attractions to visit here. And you can spot peacock, Malabar pied hornbill, crested serpent eagle and emerald dove. If you love to be in the wild, this is the best place to visit. You can spot some of the rarest species like rheos, macaque and leaf monkeys too. Infrastructure development for 4 colleges in Mizo-ram, upgradation of Lengpui Airport in Mizo-ram, upgradation of Langtolai town, construction of multi-complex building and auditorium at Pachunga University College, and construction of medical staff quarters for community healthcare centers at Aizawl and Tingsultlia. And that's it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed and learnt a lot from it. I will see you with another incredible state of India in the next. And don't forget to subscribe our channel and share it with your friends.